Alright guys, welcome back to Midwest Long Range. We're not testing rim fires today, as you can see, so stick around. I'm going to tell you everything about what we got going on today. Alright folks, so you all know that I like to play with the 25 Creedmoor a little bit. This isn't the same 25 Creedmoor that you've seen in the past. This is a new build on another Curtis Axiom, just like the other one. But this is a Shilen Ratchet barrel. 7.5 twist. And we're running a Timney trigger with a Manners T4A stock. Really liking this setup. Running the Hawkins tank brake out front. We're also testing the new and improved Riton 7 Series 4-32 Conquer. Now, today I've already done my typical 10-shot string Satterley style velocity node testing. And I've isolated 3 nodes that I wanted to test, but I'm just trying to figure out which node I want to deep dive into. The load we're testing is 6.5 staball powder, Peterson small rifle prime brass, CCI BR4 primers, and I'm using the Berger 135 hybrid. We're going to be testing at 42.5 grains, 43.1 grains, and 43.7 grains. We'll be testing all of these at an ogive length of 2.18. That should be about a 20 thousandths jump in my chamber. This barrel only has a handful of rounds on it. So we're really just testing for a load to do the barrel break-in with. We're not looking for screaming good numbers. You know, once we get to 150, 200 rounds on this barrel, it's going to speed up and we're going to have to go back through load development again. So we're going to start with a 3-shot group of what my other 25 Creed barrel was shooting. This is the load with N555 Vitavori powder. Other than that, it's all the same components: 135 Bergers, Peterson brass, and BR4 CCI primers. Got a little bit of separation in the group, but she is pretty cold bore. Looks like we're getting right around 2750 feet per second out of that load, which is actually pretty close to what we were getting out of it in the other gun. Looks like we may have 2 in the same hole down there. Can't really tell. Getting a little bit of mirage in the scope right now. Alright, get our book right here. And we're going to go ahead and document that, even though that isn't the load we're testing. And let's see what it came out with. At an average of 2769. An SD of 31. That's not good. Lord have mercy. Extreme spread of 55. Well, hopefully these other loads do better than that. That load was actually very stable in the other barrel. But that just goes to show when you switch barrels, just because you had one thing that was working great, doesn't mean it's going to work great in your next one. Let's go ahead and start out at 42.5 grains of the 6.5 staball and see what kind of group and SDs we get over just this 3-shot string. $27.59, right down there around where the N555 was running. $27.53. The group's looking promising. $27.64. Got an average of 2758. An SD of 5. And an extreme spread of 11. Now again, these are really early preliminary numbers. I'm not saying that a 3-shot string is what you need. I'm just kind of trying to hone in on where I really want to spend some time and do some testing. Because that 5 and 11, that may blow apart in a 10-shot string. But this is going to help me decide whether or not I want to spend any time and effort in this area. At 2758, the SD and ES they have my attention, and the group size looks decent, but I'm running quite a bit slower, not necessarily than I want to. Not that 2758 is probably plenty to accomplish what I would need to do in PRS or what have you, and I'm going to get a longer barrel life and a little less felt recoil probably. But let's go ahead, let's test these other loads and just see what if we maintain some of the extreme spread and the standard deviation at maybe a little bit higher velocity, maybe we can buck wind just a little better. I'm not sure. All right, we've let the barrel cool back down a bit. I don't want it contaminating our data. Here we go. Now we're testing 43.1 grains. $27.90. $28.07. Ooh, I think I dropped that. I was wobbling. I could see my crosshairs moving around just a little bit. So when I broke the trigger, it didn't feel right. I'm gonna take the blame on that. But let's see what kind of numbers we got. All right, average was 27.96, SD of 10, and an extreme spread of 21. I do think that group would have looked really, really well, but I could tell I wasn't comfortable and I wasn't moving around, and I broke the trigger anyway. But dropped the shot a little bit. Now, given, maybe I was on target, but I didn't feel right, so I'll take that one. All right, we got 43.7 grains in this final load, a little hotter than the others. Let's see what we can do with it. $28.55. Definitely the hot ones of the bunch. I haven't noticed much of a change in felt recoil though, to be honest with you. $28.56. That one felt like it had a little zap to it. Maybe I didn't have it pulled in my shoulder just right. $28.68. Not a bad looking little group out of any of them. That one dropped one. That first slower group was really good. Let's see what we got here. We have an average of 28.59 and SD of 7 and an extreme spread of 13. That's not bad. So knowing that we're still in the early life of this barrel, we are fire forming brass, and getting rounds down the tube until the barrel speeds up again around 150 or 200 rounds. I'm more than likely going to just back off of this load back down to our 42.5 grains of powder. The load seemed pretty stable. Had an SD of 5 with an ES of 11. I'm going to do some more testing around there, just because that seems like what's working well now. It's not going to work well later, but we may get down there and play with seating depth around that velocity node, play with our seating depth of our bullet, jump to lands, etc. See how that goes. All right, guys, I really appreciate you all spending the time to hang out with me today. We'll get the Curtis Custom 25 Creedmoor out again later on down the road. We'll take it to the bigger ranges and we'll see if that 25 cal bullet bucks wind at 1,000 yards as good as they say it does. So stay safe, keep shooting, come back and see me next time right here on Midwest Long Range.